just shared with us the vision for growth at Swiss Lane Farms. And part of what makes that growth possible is that he and the other partners can automate and integrate technology to make it easier to manage both cows and the people who work with those cows every single day. And one of their partners in achieving this is Kyle O'Brien, owner of Michigan Dairy Tech and Western Dairy Tech, along with Hilary Triick, co-founder with Kyle of an AI startup called Agricair. Welcome, Kyle and Hilary.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So let's take a moment, Kyle. Go ahead and introduce yourself and Western Dairy Tech and Michigan Dairy Tech.
I'm Kyle. I have done computers, cameras, and networking for dairy farms for 25 years. We specialize in high technology for dairies. Hilary is one of my cow people. Her background is cows. I'll let you introduce yourself.
Yeah. So I have been in the dairy industry for about 20 years and have a significant passion for working with cows and ensuring that they are in an environment that is best suited for them. And so a lot of my focus is on the well-being of cows and how we can utilize technology to do that.
Excellent. And so both of you are very familiar with the dairy business. You've been in these careers for a long, long time. And so you know just as well as many of us out there that one of the greatest challenges that dairy producers are facing is finding skilled labor. It's getting harder and harder, but you have helped Swiss Lane Farms and many other clients that you work with that challenge through automation and data-based decision-making. Explain a little bit about how that works.
We're an Affy milk dealer, and Swiss Lane has Affy milk on 2 of their farms. Having that data to say what a cow is doing performance-wise makes a difference in profitability. I do believe sort gates are also good for cows.
Sort gates work best because when a cow exits the parlor, she's able to be sorted out and not have to go back to the pen and be in lockup for a significant amount of time before being able to get worked with. So we lessen their standing time and give them more the ability to function as a cow.
And Hilary, speak directly to the labor savings that can be drawn back to the ability to automate a process like sorting cows as they come out of the parlor.
So when you sort cows out of the parlor, you don't have to use more than one person. The cow is sorted on her own through gates as she's walking back naturally to her pen. She'll set in a holding area for someone to come up and do what is necessary with that cow at that time, whether it be a health event, a breeding event, or just checking her out because something seems off in her data. So sometimes you could utilize 2, 3, even 4 people within a pen of lockups. A sort gate allows just 1 or 2 people to administer that care to her.
Yeah, so we're talking about a significant savings on labor and going back to this problem that we're trying to solve, and that is how to overcome the challenges of it being harder and harder to find skilled labor that's able to make those decisions on the fly at an educated level, but also the ability to do them effectively, efficiently, and in a way that's good for the cows. And so when you talk about sort gates, I mean, this backs into an incredible amount of data that's able to be collected with some of the clients that you're working with. So speak for a moment to the data, where it's coming from, and the potential that it has to really take this level of management to a whole new expectation.
With Affy, you have milk weights, you have conductivity, you have activity for breeding, you have rumination, you have panting, whether they're under heat stress. You also have feeding time. With Affy Lab, you have protein, lactose, and fat percentages on every milking for every cow. Coming out in the future in this industry is going to be dry matter intake. I do believe that's going to be a game changer because you're going to know what goes in that cow, what comes out of that cow, and know when she needs to leave your herd or not. Finding out how profitable a cow is in these days of slimmer and slimmer margins, where you just hope your cows perform. Now you're going to know how they actually perform.
And you're talking about that cow at an individual level.
With this less skilled labor, we can actually call a health event what it is. We can say this is acidosis. We can give them a list for this is mastitis. And so I think that is going to make a difference.
Yeah. And so what you just explained there, Kyle, is the ability to make the best decision for the cows with these data points that are collected. And with your ability to work with the AFI system, it's everything from collars to pedometers to milk conductivity and inline milk monitoring right through the sort gate. So it's an entire system that you're seeing this integration with. And as you said, that feeds back into the cow level. But let's get back to that labor side too. What are the benefits of the people who work with cows every day when they have this data and decision making in the palm of their hand?
Yeah. So, and that's where we connect more to the health of the cow with the data as well. So we can talk a lot about profitability on the farm, which is absolutely necessary, but ultimately healthy cows are really important, and that feeds to the profitability. So being able to enlist the workers there with the information that they need on an individual cow basis significantly decreases the labor that's necessary, because you don't have someone that has to go through and fully analyze what's going on with this cow. The data that is presented in front of them on their lists give them that information to really narrow in what's going on with that cow and how they're best able to treat her. So it's not as much of a searching and trying to figure it out. The data is giving you a lot of that as well. So the time that a person has to be working with that cow is significantly minimized as well.
So it's a labor efficiency, the savings on that, the ability to really have precise financial data to make these decisions on the individual cow level. That is the benefit to both the cows and the people that you're able to work with and what you're doing. And, you know, when cows are taken care of and when the people are able to do their job, that opens up opportunity for focusing on a bigger vision. And that's what Swiss Lane is doing with that goal of growing to 7,000 cows in a time of 7 years. And so I'm curious, Kyle and Hilary, with the farms that you work with, the customers that you have that are in Michigan, also in Texas, why has choosing to bring in these automation and data collecting technologies through AFI Milk been a win-win for you and the clients you serve?
Let's face it, at the end of the day, a dairy producer already has a lot on their plate, and they have to be, a vet, they have to be a milk harvester, they have to be a HR person, they have to be an attorney at times. So there's so many jobs that they already have, and technology is so complicated, or can be, that we need to utilize people like Kyle and others in the industry to really help us fit the technology to our farms. And that's what I've seen the most. And ultimately, the other part of it is the health of the cow too.
So we've talked about adding in automation and its various forms and data and technology to be able to help solve the problem that so many dairy producers face, and that's the labor problem. But there is a bigger picture to what technology can open up for the perception of dairy farming and for the relationship with the consumer who drinks, purchases, consumes our products. What is that bigger picture that you see?
I think ultimately you have to look at the cows and you have to look at the consumers. They're the ones that are paying these bills. Perception does matter. What have you learned in the animal welfare sector that the consumers are looking for?
Yeah. So I think we can all agree that there is a perception out there, and consumers really want to know that animals are well cared for in the way that they should be, and the milk that they're ultimately consuming is a quality product. And unfortunately, our industry is taken some hits, whether valid or not. And so we every day need to adhere to what the consumer needs and wants to see. And technology enables us to not only be able to show them that, but it gives us the data to provide the proof that we are taking care of cows the way that they should be and the way they want to be, and able to provide a quality product.
Excellent. Well, Kyle and Hilary, thank you for jumping on with us to the Uplevel Dairy podcast to share how the work that you're doing is helping Swiss Lane and so many other dairy clients that you work with to be able to grow their businesses, solve their problems, and set them up for a sustainable future. And for our listeners out there that would like to learn more about Affimilk, Michigan Dairy Tech, Western Dairy Tech, and Agricair, you can check our show notes for those links and details.
Thank you.
Thank you.